everybody, and welcome to Data Security Over Coffee. I am so happy today to have Britt Sutcliffe with UDNI here to join me today, and in just a few moments I'm going to ask him to tell you a little bit about himself. But first, what I wanted to talk about was some of the things that are happening recently where you may or may not be aware of them. One of the things that I am challenged with lately with clients and in our incident response is this continuing evolution of fileless malware. And what is happening is that the antivirus that we have all relied on, sometimes too heavily, is now becoming almost completely ineffective because of the fact that fileless malware can embed itself in the memory of the system and the memory processes and go completely undetected. So it really emphasizes the need for some of the services that Reclamaire recently rolled out around managed security services and being able to monitor proactively in real time, doing forensic analysis as these things happen and being able to prevent ransomware and preventing a lot of really problematic things happening within systems that prior to this we would only be able to find through very expensive digital forensics. Now, one of the reasons that we see security incidents happen in our clients is because they have obsolete computers, obsolete operating systems, and obsolete infrastructure. So the reason why I asked Britt Sutcliffe to join us today is because sometimes before we can even offer our managed security service offering, we have to encourage the client to bring their infrastructure, their hardware, their systems up to date. And so I asked Britt to come today and talk about managed service providers, which UDNI is, and to talk about why firms like UDNI and Reclamaire work together and the value that he can bring into our clients.
Thanks for having me.
Sure.
So UDNI is a managed service provider. We cater to businesses in the 25 to 500 user range, which aligns with some of the business that Reclamaire does. Like Reclamaire, we take a proactive approach to maintaining our clients' environments. This helps to mitigate outbreaks, failures, ultimately improving uptime. So, security is a major portion of that. And being a managed service provider, we can't be expected to be experts in every aspect of a client's environment. That's why we choose to partner with vendors for our clients' different needs. We have partners for security systems. We have partners for audio-video systems. And in the security world, we've chosen to partner with Reclamaire and their managed services security platform. It helps us to learn about malware outbreaks, virus outbreaks, trends in the industry before they actually occur and before they can impact our clients' environments.
Absolutely. And one of the things, especially as a business owner myself, when you think about some of the things that we see where clients have 4- and 5-year-old systems and they're having a hard time upgrading because they are every 5 years having this big investment, this huge ticket item of renewing these systems all at once. It's a tremendous distraction from their core business. It's a big expense to be budgeted for, a big capital expense. And so one of the things where I think MSPs are especially valuable is the way that you can basically have your hardware and systems in a client's site on a leased basis where they always have the most up-to-date hardware. They always have the most up-to-date software. They never have to worry about software licensing, which if anyone has ever been in the crosshairs of a Microsoft licensing audit, or for those of you in engineering, an AutoCAD or Adobe audit, they are incredibly expensive. And so we love securing systems that are on a consistent platform, that are a more modern operating system and in platforms that we know that we can secure with minimal false positives, and that we can really give our clients actionable data on incidents and alerts that we see that are happening deep inside systems that go way beyond what antivirus can do. So can you speak to some of the benefits of looking at a managed service versus the very large CapEx kind of IT practice that many companies have had up until now?
Sure. So managed services originally evolved out of the sort of outsourced IT companies that worked on a break-fix model, where something in your environment broke, you made a phone call, someone came on site, they fixed it. That then evolved to more work being done remotely. The outsourced IT company would employ tools that enabled them to remotely access your systems and repair issues that way. And in the now it's evolved to taking a more proactive approach, like you said. So we monitor all of the systems. Ideally, what we like to do is part of our fixed fee monthly contracts is supply all the hardware. Mm-hmm. You know, we work with the clients to determine their needs, not just now, but what they'll be in a year, 3 years, 5 years down the road. Mm-hmm. Set a plan and roll out the new hardware. The client pays a set monthly fee for their entire infrastructure. That includes the hardware, the licensing, the support, any replacements, pretty much everything. It's a fixed budgetable number.
Yes.
And you have the flexibility of choosing your equipment. This doesn't mean you're going to get locked into the highest grade, most expensive equipment.
Sure.
There's things to fit every client's needs. Some clients don't need servers anymore with the great migration to cloud services.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Joe knows that's something I do all the time. But I want to make the point, because it's so important, that one of the reasons we work with you as we talk to different MSPs to work with is that you have the same business focus we do. You take a very strategic approach to information technology. You understand what the concerns of the folks in the C-suite, the owners are, mm-hmm. over and above what the technology does on just a purely operational basis. And you and I were having a conversation before filming started, and you talked about your experience in publicly traded companies as a CIO, and you have this managed service, and you're literally getting that level of expertise of CIO kind of thrown in. And that's exactly the same thing that we say and that we do at Reclamere around security. Is we totally understand it needs to be part of the overall complete business strategy. Exactly.
So what a true managed service provider does is they will have an employee that works with the company, the client, on a daily basis. Our term in the industry form is a VCIO, a virtual CIO. It's mm-hmm. sort of an account manager that becomes more intimately involved with the client, their day-to-day operations, even going as far as to work with the employees, just to really understand how the employees use technology, enabling us to make suggestions and changes that will improve the way the company does business, mm-hmm. help them leverage technology to grow the business versus using technology to just get the job done.
Right.
You know, nobody benefits from that. It might make your world a little easier, but it's not going to grow your business. Mm-hmm. So by having this VCIO role, we can also help identify trends in the way employees may be doing business improperly. Open up our eyes to security loopholes that technology doesn't catch.
Yeah.
The way employees handle emails. The way employees disseminate information or transfer information, you know, using USB drives or, you know, carrying them on unsecured hard drives. And that enables us to, you know, help with training,
Absolutely.
which is crucial
Yes.
in mitigating security breaches.
Yeah, that end user really is the weakest point and the easiest target mm-hmm. for folks to get into your systems. So as we wrap it up here today, and I could talk about this stuff forever with you, because you know I don't know if you feel the same way that I do, but in the old world, for your industry it was break fix. For ours it was project based, data breach, come help us right away, spend your whole weekend on a holiday, and we would have to charge clients an incredible amount of money to fix something after it happened.
Correct.
And the thing that I love about managed security services is that we stop stuff before it even happens. I mean, the ability to call your client and talk to them about what you just prevented, and then talk with them about why it happened. Maybe you need user education, maybe you need more robust controls around user access. It's really rewarding. It's really fulfilling. And
Right.
do you have some of those same kinds of, it's so good to be in helping people, not just coming in when stuff is broken.
Yeah, exactly. You don't always get the thank yous when you fix things without them even knowing.
Right.
But it's better for everybody involved. Keep the company up and running. Ultimately, a company wants their IT and their security personnel to be invisible.
Yes.
We don't even want to know you're there. And if you don't know your IT team is there or your security people aren't there, that means they're doing their job. If your IT people and your security people are constantly running around, putting out fires, fixing issues, deleting malware, rebuilding systems, they're probably not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely. And I can tell you from a security perspective that if those kinds of things are going on in your organization, you definitely have some deeper problems as well. So I want to thank Britt for coming in today, and I want to thank you for joining us again. Please leave your comments. We will also have information at the bottom of the video on how you can reach out to UDNI and talk with them about any challenges that they may have. Britt and I are the same. We're the bane of our salespeople's existence because we tend to give away too much free consulting. So definitely reach out to us, and we would be thrilled to have you. I also would be remiss if I didn't remind you that on the next episode, Joe Harford will be unveiling the What's in the Tube from our prior video. So thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Data Security Over Coffee.
Thank you.